Hi everybody! Today I'm going to show you how to draw chickens. I'm going to show you 7 different chicken poses in this class. 2 of them will be close-ups and the rest are action poses like these chickens on this page here. I'm going to show you at the end how to shade them. And this is not a fancy drawing class. This is very simple sketching that anybody can do. I'm just showing you ideas of how to draw chickens and then you can take it from there. So let's jump in. What you'll need is obviously a piece of paper, a pencil, and an eraser is helpful, and that's pretty much it. You don't need anything fancy for this class. We're going to start with a basic circle shape. I'm going to add 2 kind of curvy lines on top of that for the neck, another circle for the head, little triangle shapes for the top of the chicken's legs, and then straight lines for the bottoms, and some curvy lines for the wings. I'm getting the very basic shape of the chicken down. Just putting shapes together. And then the face, I'm drawing a curved triangle for the beak. I'm drawing the top and the bottom eyelid only right now, just getting a gist for where they go, and some little wavy curvy lines for the chicken's comb, evening out her head a little bit, and then erasing some of these guidelines that I don't need anymore. Adding in some little sketchy lines for the neck. And now I'm adding in just a couple little details on the face, darkening some things up and adding eyeballs. This is a simple chicken drawing. I'm not going too crazy with this. The next one I'm going to start working on is the same sort of a beginning as the first one. It's just going to be a different position. So we're starting with a circle for the body, 2 lines for the neck, a circle for the head, the little swooshy tail, triangles for the legs, same sort of thing. And I am looking at a photograph of a chicken off screen while I'm doing this. I'm not just coming up with this out of my imagination, and that's important to know. You should do the same while you're drawing your chickens. You can very easily look up pictures of chickens on Google or Pinterest to help you guide your drawing. I did not like how I did that head, so I erased it and started again. Erasers are great. Use them whenever you feel like. I make mistakes all the time, and I've been drawing for a very long time. A little circly line for the wattles, and again making a line to differentiate the neck and the body. And now I'm gonna even out the back here. The chicken's back is not actually that circular, so I just added a straight line. And moving on to the next one. Next one starts the same way, start with a circle. This one's going to be slightly different. I made a straight line for the tail and a straight line for the neck because this is a side profile view of the chicken. And it is kind of pecking at the ground, the chicken that I'm looking at in my photograph. And all this time that I'm doing this drawing, I'm using very light, sketchy lines. It's really important. The sketchy lines kind of help you to find the edge of your shape. As you can see in my circle there, I drew a whole bunch of lines before I landed on one that I feel good about. You can always erase them later, but it helps to use lots and lots of lines and then pick the best one. Drawing the little details here. Again, I didn't like the head shape, so I erased it and started again. I do that a lot. Everyone does that a lot. Professional artists do a lot of erasing, so don't feel bad if you don't get it right the first time. Practically nobody does. This next chicken was really challenging for me. Drawing a chicken in a laying down position for me is really difficult, but I pushed through it and I want to show you it anyways because it's important to understand and realize that even people who've been drawing a really long time draw things that they don't like and draw things that come out a different way than they expected, and that's okay, especially when you're sketching in a sketchbook. You're doing this to practice, to get better, to train your brain and train your hand, and it's not always going to be great. A lot of your sketches are going to be garbage, and that's okay. That's the point of practice, is that you're not doing your absolute best work. So this chicken was a challenge to draw. Its face is weird. I really don't love how it came out, but I hope you can learn from it that even though this isn't the best chicken in the world, I still finished it. I still pushed through the challenge of drawing it and put it out there into the world. So I hope that you can do the same with your drawing and push through challenges, because they will come up. Alright, last chicken on the page. This one's going to be kind of a curvy neck on this chicken rather than straight how the other ones were. This chicken's kind of walking or running mid-run, so I'm going to have one leg going down and one leg coming up. And again, I'm using those really light sketchy lines, kind of searching for the right pose. I'm drawing the second foot up, like she's right in the middle of a run. She's got her head forward. She is full tilt. I'm going to work on some details on the tail here. These are little feathers, little fluffy butt. Gotta have a fluffy butt on your chicken. And lots of little sketchy lines here to get these feather details in there. Drawing the neck feathers and some face details, drawing the little beak. Beak is like a little triangular shape. Drawing the comb popping out of the top of the head, the wattles. This is what really makes it look like a chicken and not just a bird. The comb and the wattles are very chicken-like features, so don't forget to add those on. The eye, I'm just going super simple. I'm not going too crazy with it. A little curvy line and a little pupil. Now we're going close up. This is going to be a rooster. There are lots of fabulous rooster photographs online to help you with a drawing of a rooster. I drew a circle for his head, a big circle for his head, and a straight line coming out for the middle part between his top and bottom beak. Drawing a little nostril in there. Roosters have big wattles generally and big combs, so you can have a lot of fun with that. I had a lot of trouble drawing his comb. And you don't have to draw them exactly like they look in the photograph, as long as you get the general feel of it. If it looks like a bunch of pointy, wavy lines, you're doing pretty good. It doesn't need to be identical to your photograph. I'm drawing some scratchy little lines here for the skin around the chicken's eye. And now working on the eye. The eye is the hardest part. I drew a guideline here that looks like a little plus for the eye to make sure I have it in the right place. Now I'm drawing a circle around that plus sign. And I know it's kind of hard to see this because my fingers get in the way here for a little bit, but I'm drawing the corners of the eye, which look like little triangles, and then the pupil, which is another circle inside the circle. And then on the outside, I'm adding a curvy line for the top and bottom eyelid outside of that first line. And that's it. That's a very simple chicken eye. It doesn't need to go too crazy. I'm adding in some feather details here. Roosters have a lot of pointy feathers on their heads and neck feathers just to give it some more pizzazz. Now I'm working on the close-up of a hen's face, starting with a circle, straight lines coming down for the sides of the neck. And I'm going to draw a guideline on here too, vertical line and horizontal line to map out the face. Drawing a line for the comb where it's going to go. Working on the beak, starts with a little U shape, comes out to the sides, and then a pointy line coming down the middle there. I'm going to draw the bottom beak underneath that, just two little straight lines that connect to the bottom of the beak. And now the comb tends to come right off from the beak. I'm drawing little wavy lines for the details of the comb. and the eyes. This is always the hardest part with head-on drawing, is the eyes, getting them the right shape and size. So I draw lots and lots of circly lines till I find the right size and shape. So next I'm going to draw her pupils. Those are little circles inside the eye. I'm drawing hers in the very inside corner of the eye, so it looks like she's looking up and in. Drawing the corners of her eyes as little triangles, and then drawing the top and bottom eyelid as little curvy lines on the top and bottom. Drawing some feathers here to make it look a little more realistic, bumping out the sides of her face a little bit to make her look a little bit sweeter, so she has like big chicken cheeks. I'm going to draw some wattles here coming down. Hens have smaller wattles, so keep that in mind. And when I color in her eyes, I'm going to leave 2 white spots as little reflections so it looks more realistic. To finish up your chicken drawings, it's really fun to shade them in a little bit, add some detail, add some shade. It gives it a sense of depth and a little bit more realism to your sketches. Makes them look really finished. Even though these are just practice, it really gives them a nice touch to shade them in. And that's all, folks. I hope you enjoyed learning how to draw chickens today. I will leave some photographs of chickens that I took down in the description that you can use for your poses if you would like. And if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to subscribe so you can see next week's video too. Have a good day!